How does Sucrose do? How does she do direct stellar damage?
She doesn't do direct stellar damage, but she does stellar damage from swirls.
Ah, right.
Eh? I'm so bad at this game.
Just gotta level Alyosha's. Awesome.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Six it.
Shaver.
Like, yeah, that's it.
Eh?
My mic doesn't. Okay, now it works. Okay.
That's okay.
Hello everyone. Luckily the intro wasn't over, so I will thank you Viva for telling me. So yeah, today's episode 67 is going to discuss the newly released Snezhnaya units, so Alyosha and Odette, as well as the updated teams, as well as Vesna and Vodyanitsa, who are leaked, and their overall power level. So yeah, let's just start. We have a special guest from Withering, known from Withering Waves content usually, but he's LARPing as a Genshin player today. Hello, Thunder.
Yeah. So I'm Thunder. I am a Wuthering Waves theorycrafter and former Genshin theorycrafter, but now I'm just a game design enthusiast.
Thank you for joining. Then Butterfer.
Yeah, I'm Butterfer, the combos guy. Kirk Mavika.
Thank you, Butterfer, for joining. And then Havaach.
Hello everyone, I'm Havaach. I do speedruns. Sometimes I stream. Hi, how is everyone?
Yeah, also thank you for joining us today. And Noah is supposed to join later. But yeah, we will see. Anyway, so first of all, how are we liking just overall Snezhnaya? Because like it came out this week, so it's very fresh at this moment in time. So yeah, just everyone quick feedback, Thunder.
Okay, so personally, I've been really enjoying Snezhnaya as a region. The story wasn't really my thing, to be honest, but I've been loving exploring, and I've been messing around with Stellar, considering I didn't pull Sandrone. So this is my first time getting to interact with it.
Peak.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Noah. Thank you also for joining.
Hey, I got Noir here.
Yep.
Yeah, then Butterfer.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't finish the Archon quest yet, but I did. Well, I did have to unlock all the regions to get the Odette flowers, and I still don't have her 90 yet, so I need to get like 40 more flowers. But overall, I think maybe this is controversial. I'm a massive, massive fan of the train. It is so cool.
Yeah,
And I'm a
also-
massive fan of the gun mode.
I
Like the
also-
way they
yes.
implemented it is like it feels very legit as a shooter.
Okay, well, I'm not backing you up on that one.
Yeah, I mean like it's okay. It's not like a fucking CS like Valorant type shooter. It's like a nice little arcade shooter with like slides and stuff, and then like you can hip fire with good accuracy.
The gameplay the gameplay loop just feels very smooth, I think.
I like it. Like it feels like it's like PUBG. I like it. Now we just need like an actual battle royale mode with like real players. And hopefully a first person mode. That would be really good. Like I want to play first person.
Noir, we are basically like summarizing our thoughts on the just on the few days we had to play in Snezhnaya. What's your thoughts on the new version?
Don't like how much of the Archon quest I have to do before I can actually start building my characters that need Snezhnaya materials.
That's true.
That's so real.
Yeah, for real.
They didn't.
Would have liked to
I
be
don't
able
like
to
how
test
long
my
you were
teams by now.
locked in as Ether.
Yeah.
Ether pickers, GG.
Oh.
Only just now finished Act 1, so I haven't been able to build my characters yet.
I think to compensate, I thought that the Archon quest was really good. Like, not to spoiler, obviously, because some people in chat might not have done it, but I think it has a lot of twists, and I think it has a lot of reveals that people will like. Or like, I expect people to eat this up, basically. But yeah.
I just finished Act 1. It seemed kind of slow, so I'm hoping it picks up in Act 2.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Definitely does. Then, Havaach, what are your thoughts?
I've been enjoying it so far. I don't know how I feel about the little messages that can be left around the worlds. That's like,
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
I thought it was hilarious because one of my first messages was like, "You are fish" or something, and it was so random. I just started laughing because I didn't know what it meant. But yeah, I didn't even understand the feature. I just realized that like someone just called me a fish. But I also don't understand how it takes from other worlds. Like, does it? Is it just random every single player, or is it your friendship list prioritized, or like what? Does anyone know?
I have no idea.
I believe it's just completely random.
Oh, because I saw someone from my friendship list.
Then maybe it's not completely random.
I have accidentally liked a lot of them because people keep putting them on top of stuff you're supposed to interact with.
Oh, I just like everything. I don't know why. But yeah, I think to some people it can ruin the immersion. To me, it wasn't that bad, but like some people don't like when they are told what to do. Yeah, I got it. Okay, sometimes it also felt like red herrings, kind of, because it said like look up or look down, and there was nothing. Like literally, I had the compass unlocked, and there wasn't anything there. It was just confusing.
I saw one that was like on the middle of a bridge. Someone just said jump.
Oh no.
Very reminiscent of games like Dark Souls and Elden Rings from Sart Games, how players can leave messages.
It reminds me of an
Honestly,
iconic one from Elden Ring.
I should do it.
So real.
The train is awesome though. I love how you can like look outside.
I love the train so much. Holy shit.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
I wish you
yeah.
I wish you could decorate the train.
True, that would be.
Yeah, maybe
I-
maybe they could do that in the future. We
Yeah,
can
they
like
could-
gacha pull train decorations.
Oh god, no. Don't ruin this. We already know they would genuinely do that.
They definitely would genuinely do that.
You can like there is something from the Archon quest that you can later put on the shelf. I believe that like.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know if that is considered a spoiler. If yes, I'm sorry, but like I don't want. Yeah, it. But yeah, anyway, we should get into the actual into the actual meat, the important stuff. Also, this music is way too intense, but I couldn't find a calming Snezhnaya playlist. So we just have to listen to the most aggressive music, I guess. But yeah, so the new units. What do we think about Odette? Like first impressions.
I
She
don't
is
know, I haven't got her
exactly
built
what
yet.
she's supposed to be.
Okay, one after another. Thunder. Wait, Thunder, you can't even say anything. So,
I mean, I
do we
could.
skip you? Yeah, we can. You can say something.
Okay, I think Odette is essentially. I think she's exactly what we needed to start off Snezhnaya. We already had a DPS, and we're gonna get multiple reactions, so we're gonna need this archetype, universal character that you could slot in all the teams. Because, like, if they just did the same with Lunar, where it's like everyone gets their own dedicated support, and then we release Columbina, then we start creating a lot of these like squares that just fit this you have to put certain characters into them. So I'm glad that they start off with a universal character this time around after the release of Sandrone. And she's a good upgrade for Stellar teams. Like, there's not much to say about her from a gameplay perspective other than buff Stellar good.
Yeah, I think. Actually, no. I should get my thoughts out last. Yeah, Butterfer. What are your takes on the Odette?
Odette is Odette. Like, she's exactly what I expected her to be. Like, she's just Cryo Columbina or Stellar Columbina. Anything surprising? Let me think. Nothing surprising.
No.
She is. I guess it's interesting that like all of her damage is front loaded rather than like sustained.
Yeah.
Like
true.
her off-field damage is very insignificant. But like maybe like that I guess changes a little bit how you want to do rotations. Like you want her to get some buffs too, rather than just casting her when all the buffs are off. But yeah, there's really not that much to say about her. Like she's an off-fielder. She doesn't have much of a play style, so she's just numbers to me.
True, yeah. Yeah, what I really like, just to talk about that last point with the front load, I really like how her C1, like, basically is such a big improvement to her front load as well. Like, they really want her to lean into that.
Yeah. I didn't go for C1 yet. Maybe I will.
It's
I think like I'm just gonna wait and see what the Theorycrafter actually does, and then go from there.
Yeah, it does still feel like a stepping stone to C2, but it still feels like a good constellation to get because it is a bit supportive, I believe. Anyway, Noir, your thoughts on Odette?
I don't have her built yet. She's only level 60 with level 2 talents, so not really much to say. But I do, yeah, like the others were saying, I do really like how she's front-loaded, because, the way they buffed Sino, he's not just a DPS, he's also a buffer, able to pass EM and reaction damage bonus to the next character he swaps to, and Odette being able to front-load so much for her damage lets her take full advantage of that, so that's really cool.
True. Yeah, I love that interaction. Yeah, Havaach.
Again, I haven't been able to play her a lot since I only finished building her today, but I think, yeah, like Butterfer said, I do enjoy her being universal. Like that was someone said that, and
Thunder.
yeah, like. Yeah, I don't have much more to say, actually.
Yeah, I also agree on the universal and the front-loaded part, of course. I really like how her buff works. I think it's cool that her buff is like, she gets the buff, and then like she gives the buff to her teammates, and it ticks down every second, and it's like, I thought that was a cool way to, it's kind of like, I love stacking mechanics in characters, especially buffs that stack. Like, I really loved Farina's fanfare generation, and this feels like another cool way to implement, like, stacks. And I also like how C1 then also lifts that cap, I believe, from 4 to 6, I think. Like, you start out at 6. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And then it takes down faster. I just really like that interaction, and then C6 makes it so that Odette doesn't lose stacks anymore, which I don't think matters because like her off-field damage isn't, like as Butterfer mentioned, isn't that important, but it also gives a ton of other stats. I believe it's like a lot of elevation.
Yes.
But yeah, Odette also is like the first, other than obviously them giving us Sino and Risley, is like the first big hint that Stella is not going to be like Luna. Like Odette is like not. Odette is Columbina, but she also is like not Columbina at all. Like also the fact that we get her this early, and there's no Odette alternative. Like there's no, like obviously there's Cryo main character, but Cryo main character doesn't. In Superconduct, they have a different Stellar Conduct. They have a different role than in Stellar Swirl. So like they don't, like the roles aren't as neatly done as they are in Luna. In Luna, you have the sub DPS, then you have Columbina, and then you have the carry. Like it's just very simple. Although for Lauma is obviously the buffer.
It sadly does make me unable to play my Risley right now, but we'll get there when we get there.
Wait for Danica.
I think it makes it so that characters have very different relationships with Odette, because like for Columbina, everyone, like every Luna carry just kind of wanted Columbina, but I think for the Stellar carries, not everyone is like insanely reliant on Odette, but some characters would be reliant. Like Sino obviously needs Odette, because like who's going to trigger the cryo? Who's going to enable the Stella and then also apply cryo?
Yeah, I guess Odette is less important for Stellar Swirl, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because MC can fill her role.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Then first impressions for Odette is, I think, done. So let's just talk about Alyosha. I don't think there's much to say.
I didn't level him as big good as C6.
Oh, we should go one by one again. Thunder?
Yeah, I mean, Alyosha kind of is just like Alyosha. He's exactly what he's supposed to do. He buffs Stellar Conduct teams, you know, and yeah, that's kind of his job. I do think that it is like I do think the way you have to activate his buff is interesting. I do like that. Like it's more than just, you know, oh, you create the field. When you're in the field, you get the buff. Like it's a bit more interactive, even if it does end up being played relatively similarly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Butterfer, your take.
Okay, what I was gonna say is that I think, well, first of all, Alyosha without, like, if you don't go for a C2 Odette, you won't have, like, him at high constellations, and he's just, like, not a very good character overall. Like, Chuji's better, Sucrose is better, yeah. So I think, but that's, like, as the last slot. What I found, especially, like from watching showcases on YouTube and Billy, his most interesting use case is when you don't have Yai Miko. Like him as a I think like Noir did a lot of this, just like calcs, just going for Odette cons instead of Yai. If you had to make that choice last patch, those were very interesting. Like him as the Electro slot, and then you just have like C2 Odette or something, and then you just play Sucrose in the last slot without Yai. That was the most interesting use case I found of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not all that, but if you don't have Yai, he's a character that does something.
Yeah, specifically C2 Odette, because like obviously the C6 is very hard to obtain. Although apparently Kinkle, the other one of our beloved members, got C6 with the C0 Odette, right? But yeah.
Yeah, but there's also this post of someone getting C6 Odette before C6 Alyosha.
Oh, what?
I remember the Flip Eluga incident.
Oh yeah, I remember too.
Like I got like Odette to like at hard pity without getting a single Alyosha. So you know, you can't really.
Oh yeah, same.
You can't really depend on these things.
I got 2 Odettes and like 50 pulls and no Alyoshas. But then I got 2 Alyoshas kind of back to back, and then now I have C2 Alyosha. But I would obviously like I'm going to get C2 Odette before C6 Alyosha most likely, and it's just very sad.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it works.
But surely, hopefully, when Sandrone reruns, she reruns with Odette and Alyosha, and it's like a Vaka situation, so that you can get like Sandrone and then C2 Odette if you want to, and then like you get the full package in one go. For anyone
that'd
that
be
doesn't
great.
have Sandrone, yeah. Butterfer, did you want to say something?
I just said that would be great.
Oh, okay. Noir, your thoughts on Alyosha next?
Not really anything new to say about him. I think he's still, assuming C6, of course, he's still pretty good even after the nerf. I think it's incredible that they gave him freaking 35 seconds of buff uptime. I think that's the longest buff uptime any character has the entire game. So that's great. He can work really well even with long rotations like Sino. I love that. Really like that he makes 5 particles instantly on cast. That's really cool.
Sure.
Especially since his C1 makes him refund 15 energy to himself on a 70 cast burst. So between that, him ascending with ER and all that, and yeah, he should be able to get his burst up really fast in your first rotation in Stygian Onslaught. So that's something that should help him reflect better in practice than what sheets are able to reflect, I think.
Yeah.
Although, well, other Stellar Conduct supports aren't really burst reliant, so I guess that's not really an advantage over other Stellar Conduct supports, but still pretty nice that he can do that.
True.
May not be an advantage compared to the competition, but it's still better than if he just didn't have it at all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still upset they nerfed his Electro application, though.
True.
That's kind of random, yeah. Then Havaach, your take on Alyosha? I assume you don't really have that much to say. Are you with us? Oh, okay. Maybe she's just gone for a second. Yeah, I will just give... Yeah?
I'm sorry, my headphones stopped working for a second. What happened?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
What?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, I asked what happened.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said. We were just discussing like what would your take on Alyosha be right now? I know you don't even have him leveled, and you aren't going to level him.
Yeah.
But
I guess, yeah, it's just a nice option for people who don't have UI. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah, I can also say the same. I thought that like I had some person on Discord telling me that he would have some kind of playstyle outside of Stellar Conduct because of the attack buff. But I thought that was a bit
Okay.
weird.
I saw someone use him in like the funniest way. I saw someone using Alyosha with Flins because they didn't have a Nepha, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of funny.
Like, son, put the fries in the bag.
I mean, he gives attack and EM and healing and 5 particles on cast. It makes sense.
It was really funny to see, considering.
Pretty sure he should be one of the best NFR alternatives.
I mean, yeah.
So he does have like some scuffed use cases outside of Stellar. Stellar Conduct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
I mean, realistically, the only thing that like demands you put him in Stellar is that he buffs Stellar conduct.
Yeah, true. The other things don't require the buffs, the stellar conduct.
Kind of reminds me of using Chevreuse outside of a 4 Electro Pyro team.
True, yeah, true. Okay, so then where's my script? I don't even have a script. So yeah, we are going to talk about the buff characters with the new additions next. So Odette, who does she like? Who's using Odette? We need the Risley player, please, but we don't have. Does anyone here play Risley?
Well, I would say me, but I don't own Odette, so.
Oh.
So I guess not. I guess I'm not too relevant in this situation, huh?
we have to wait for Kinkle, I guess. Kinkle should be showing up, like at the end, maybe.
I have seen Risley with Odette though. Like from friends of mine who do own both the characters, and
I find it incredibly funny that he's technically stronger than Sandrone at a whale investment because his cons are so much better.
I mean, honestly, I think Risley, like out of Risley and Sino, I do think that Risley got he did get like the better end of the stick in my opinion. Although and it's arguable because Sino went from absolutely unusable to what he is now.
Risley also was like pretty bad.
He was bad, but was he as bad as Sino?
No,
I don't think he was as bad as
He
Sino.
wasn't. Yeah, you're right.
Trash versus garbage.
Yeah,
This is trash
Yeah.
versus garbage.
It is
Yeah.
trash versus garbage. Yeah.
I do think
One more.
Risley like is the better one of the two right now, but like I think they're both like solid enough to the point where like the buffs did successfully like make them like good again,
Yeah.
which is very good to see because some gacha games buff their characters and then they're still mediocre.
Yeah, I think it's just that what we got is compared to the buffs in Hexarai. In Hexarai, they just improved, or like I guess Venti got a new playstyle, but other than that, everyone just got kind of like new talents that like expanded the playstyle. But Sino and Risley's buffs are so like obviously Risley and Sino both got a bit of kit fixes here and there, but mainly they got these big stellar hits like that replaced part of their, like in Sino's case, the skill, in Risley's case, and 3 and 5 and charge attack. And like that's like if you replace the entire multiplier, then it's very easy to balance the buff around like new modern level. Like it's very hard to give Klee with her current scalings. I guess they did add like a passive that increased her 150% of her original damage, her charge attack. Wait, let me pull it up.
I do think like okay, I am like a big Hexarai defender. I am a big fan of Hexarai. But it's like they aim to do different things. That's my perspective on
I
it.
think Hexarai is a lot more interesting in the way they buffed than Stella, but also Stella just has meta-relevant characters now, so like yeah.
I feel like the one thing that would have made me really be on board with the stellar buffs is if they like actually made these characters able to trigger stellar without someone with a stellar linchpin.
Especially Yaimiko.
That's the thing, right? With Hexarai, any Hexarai character can activate the Hexarai. You just like the one restriction is you need 2 Hexarai characters, but plenty of characters got access to Hexarai. But right now, if you want to play Stellar with the buffed characters, your only options are putting Sandrone in the team, which for Risley and for Sino is a dead slot, or you pull Odette, so you still don't have that many options. But based on early leaks, we're going to be getting plenty of variety in stellar characters. So I think over time that's going to be solved.
Yeah, you don't have to run Dead Slot Syndrome anymore, but like it's gonna be Traveler.
Oh yeah, right, Traveler. I mean, for Superconduct, you're still running Dead Slot Traveler.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's not entirely a dead slot because you can play dual carry. Because Cryo Traveler only takes about 5 to 6 seconds of field time to do all of their meaningful damage, so you can just spend a few seconds on them, then swap to your Stellar Conduct DPS. And in Cyno's case, since he's a buffer now, he'll actually buff Traveler's front-loaded damage, so there's actual synergy there.
Maybe I should play Risley with Traveler.
But still, like compared to Stellar Swirl, the Stellar Conduct is worse at supporting, right?
Yeah,
Because
it is
of
a
the-
bit more fried.
A bit more cooked. I believe.
Yeah, it's more cooked, but it's workable.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than the Dead Slot Syndrome situation.
Of course.
I mean, you could also do like one chart attack Syndrome, right? Similar concept.
You could, but it's shit.
No. I remember I did see that. Some people calculating that. I don't remember. I don't remember who it was, but yeah. Okay, we don't have Risley. No one has Cyno. We can't even talk about the updated teams other than Syndrome.
I have both Risley and Cyno. I just don't have the characters built yet.
Oh no.
I have Risley. I just don't have Odette.
Oh no.
No. I have Cyno.
We all see like videos, right? Of, like what they kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think basically like pre-release expectations were just correct. Except well, no, people knew about Sucrose, but like Sucrose is once again like just the best option as the last
Yeah,
slot.
Sucrose is scaring me.
It's almost as if when you create a meta centered around new reactions, the EM buffer is going to end up benefiting a lot from that. Who could have thought?
I think Sucrose is just the go.
Yeah, it's also just lucky that like she keeps like her the new characters don't really like. I saw some really interesting cooks with 2 Sucrose swaps, like Cryo Traveler carry with 2 Sucrose drops to like refresh the thing. I don't remember exactly the context, but like obviously these teams have more flexibility when to swap back into Sucrose, and that was one of them like one of VV's biggest issues. Like obviously only if you buff a Cryo character or Electro character, but I think it's mainly the Cryo characters. But yeah, that would definitely give Sucrose like some kind of like another upside that she like in Flynn's. Actually, in Flynn's you would also swap to her 2 times, like in the Nefer rotation.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess
the
in Mavrika you definitely don't.
We're not playing so hard for. We're not using by the Spanish people or something.
The Spanish people, what?
Was that a thing? It's like Flip getting flamed for shitting on Flynn's.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, the Spanish DC.
Like that. It's very funny. I don't know if he's Spanish or like if they're Spanish or like I don't know, another Spanish-speaking country. But it was very funny. They were definitely flaming him in Spanish. It's very funny.
Fight me like a man.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sucrose, something else interesting I saw related to Anima with Stellar teams is the idea of actually using Prune and Stellar Conduct, because Stellar Swirl, the vortex it creates, it actually applies Cryo, so the vortex from that will count towards Stellar Conduct stats, and then Prune herself has some Cryo application, so she'll contribute from that as well. And her C6 attack buff can be useful on characters like Sandrone while also providing thrilling tales, so that could be interesting to look into.
Yeah, what about Vesna? Can you play Vesna Prune?
BV Vesna, let's go.
You can, but all the other animo options for second animo are a lot worse than Faruzan.
Okay, makes
And
sense.
in order to use Faruzan, you kind of have to play Sustainless, but Vesna spends the vast majority of her time spamming her skill, which doesn't have iframes, and if you dash, it cancels the animation. So
Oh
it's not like Nephra, you won't get the damage. So
no! I was hoping that.
she's
Yeah.
kind of impractical without the sustain. So
Oh
you really
no!
want to use a Vodyanitsa, and if you use Vodyanitsa, because she's Hydro, you're literally forced to play double Cryo, otherwise her Hydro literally prevents you from ever getting Stellar Swall.
But no,
That
what
is
you've
sad.
described is very. I don't
What'd
like
you
the
say?
sound of that.
A Butterfer? Yeah. Well.
I just said it sounded very sad.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Vodyanitsa-
True.
Like, I think we discussed this. Like, she will get buffed. They will. Like, if
That's what,
Hoyo.
that's what
really
everybody
wants her
said
to be
about
good,
Nicole, and she did not get buffed.
Nicole's fine.
Now, I feel like
Yes.
Nicole got a lot more hate than she deserved.
Oh, I agree.
Like, Nicole's just kind of really good. Like, she's not very cost efficient if you don't go for C2 and ditch the
Look.
other things, but, like, who cares?
Look,
Like, she's a good character. She's a good C2.
Nicole's only crime was not interacting with latest gimmick of the year. That was her only crime.
Yeah.
And she,
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember one of the big arguments people used to doom post Nicole during beta was, well, Snezhnaya's coming up. They're just simply gonna have everything be stellar gimmick, and no one's gonna be able to use Nicole. And now, couple months later, every stellar character so far has been attack scaling. Has Nicole been best in slot? No, but she's been an option, and it's better than what people
That's
thought.
true. Yeah.
Yep.
Hello,
Yeah.
Kinkle. Welcome.
Like, even the Anima one is an attack scaler, which I was convinced she was going to be an EM scaler, but I think they're scared of creating another Nefer.
True.
Did you
Yeah.
think she was going to be an EM scale, or does Stellar Swirl set gives attack?
No, I'm... Okay, well... Yeah, true. But I just associate Anima with EM now.
That's
So
true. I
fine.
also.
Mizuki is EM scaling, right?
When's the last time we had an EM scaling Animo character?
Mizuki.
Mizuki, hello. Literally Mizuki. Hello, hi,
Oh
by the
yeah,
way.
she
The
exists.
goat?
Hello.
The goat?
How are we gonna forget about Mizuki? She's goated. What?
I forgot about her because I was thinking Varka, Prune, and Venti as the latest 3 all attack. Forgot about her.
Yeah, but it's like, when you create a character whose entire gimmick is gonna be swirling, right?
True.
Like,
Okay.
Ever since 1.6, when they reworked the transformative reaction scaling, Swirl has always been John EM.
True.
Okay, since Kinkle is here now, we can talk about, or like Kinkle can talk about about Risley and Sino, hopefully.
I haven't tested Sino yet because
Oh.
I've been postponing my my full Odette testing until I stream, which I have to stream in a few days.
okay.
But I did test Risley, and like in practice, like on the test dummy, he feels great to play, and he's actually kind of fun because if you actually like pay attention to what you're doing, there's a kind of bit of combo optimization because you can sometimes get early CAs depending on your HP. The problem that arises the moment you fight actual enemies and you start taking damage, your combos are out the window, and it's no one's talked about it, but I feel like it's a major issue with him because
Yeah.
I guess because his main team is probably with Nicole, which solves the issue mostly. But like without a shielder, like you end up having to spam charge attacks half the time because your HP drops below
good
50,
thing.
and then you just can't.
Isn't that a
Do your
good thing
normal
though?
attacks at all.
His charged attack has a higher multiplier than the normal attacks. Wouldn't that be a good thing?
The and
I mean, I
3
guess
and
it is,
5
but
don't.
you also-
Yeah, the and 3
Unless you
and
don't
5
die.
would be better than the regular.
Some of the enemies I fought, like I was farming for Odette in an open world, and I end up dying a handful of times while spamming CAs because I get interrupted, go to charge attack, and then I take 2 hits at once, and then I'm dead because the hits take a lot of damage, and his CA only heals so much. So I don't know.
I
Yeah, if you're
actually
maybe it's a bit
dying,
of skill
I see the
issue.
problem.
Maybe it's a bit of skill issue, but at the same time, I don't know. It doesn't feel very fun to have to manage your HP so tightly.
I actually get that because I have Risely on my Asia account that I've been starting to invest into, my third account. And yeah, I've also been playing a bit of Risely. Obviously, I didn't mention it because like this account is very scuffed and it obviously doesn't even have like Odette. It just has Risely, and I'm playing Risely Traveler. But yeah, I've also been noticing that as soon as I get hit, the combo is like, I don't know, like I thought that like it's because I'm meant to dodge more or something, or like I don't play skilled enough, but I did also. He does feel better against the dummy, yeah.
I mean, against the dummy, he feels great. Like he's super consistent. There's a few times where like, there's some rotations where you can actually get 4 charge attacks in instead of just 3 per rotation, which is nice. Depending on like sometimes you can do N3, then double N5C, and then an N3C at the end, which is cool. But that's just assuming you don't take any damage at all. If you do take damage, then your combos aren't consistent at all, which just feels really awkward.
So that makes me wonder if Alyosha is a lot less scuffed with Risely in practice than people thought.
I did.
Of Risely overhealing him, not really an actual as much of a problem as people think. If you're getting hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did test. I didn't try it for a long time, but I test like for one single rotation in Abyss, just doing a Scoffier burst and seeing how that healing affects. And the run rotation I didn't lose a single charge attack because I was taking damage anyway. So like, there's probably room for a healer to actually work. But once again, if you have a rotation where you take no damage, like maybe the boss is in a different phase and you're just not taking damage, then the healing fucks you over. So it's so weird. He's far better with a shielder, but it would have been really nice if he didn't have both conditions where he has to be above 50% HP for his normals and then below 60 for his charge attack. Those conditions together just end up being really awkward in practice.
Yeah, what I'm hoping for is that Valerie is like some kind of shield, like he had no, that I don't know, he looks like a shielder.
There was a leak
about
that he
him.
is a shielder.
Are we allowed to talk about the leaks about him?
Like I didn't want to say it because like story, but like I don't know, like I guess it's also kind of leaked. Yeah,
bro, does look like a shield.
I mean, we already had a leak that he was gonna be a shielder.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there was a leak that he's a shielder. I'm hoping that Danica's a shielder only because I actually really like Danica, but we'll see.
Imagine if they make her a healer specifically because of
Jesus.
Risely.
I swear.
Because right now Whale Risely is stronger than Whale Sandrone, so I could totally see them making Danica a healer to change that.
That would be so funny.
That would actually be very funny, actually.
I think
probably also make Whale Sino better than him too.
I think Danica deserves to suffer.
Why?
Whoa.
I didn't like her design as much at first, but now it's starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like her design.
Yeah, I know.
I like it. She looks like an orca or something.
Yeah.
Everybody likes orcas.
I just like made outfits too, but just the skirt in the front always like threw me off. But now I was like, hey, no, it doesn't.
That's so real. Everybody likes orcas. Indeed, everybody likes orcas.
I like the skirt in the front because I like her thighs.
That's what dude,
They look like they feel very nice.
Jesus, bro.
Wow.
Rose is certified R// Danica mains. What they call it, member.
Okay,
I think Mitya deserves to be the best Niznaya DPS. True.
Mitya looks goated, honestly.
Got some.
I think it's hilarious that we weren't sure if Mitya was a 5-star or a 4-star because of him having a regular vision, and then Hoyo sent us a mail saying, "Hey, that was a bug. He's supposed to have legit." That is so fucking funny.
I wonder how that happens, though.
Seriously,
how do you accidentally put in the wrong model?
That is such a strange bug.
I was really happy. I was really happy when I saw the more recent leaks on him, because one of my big gripes with Stellar and Lunar have always been that, man, I wish the reaction itself mattered more rather than just being a check mark you have to fulfill for your damage.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, guess what Mitia's doing?
Yeah, that has a lot of potential to be really cool.
Yeah, I think could create for like some really awesome and unique team building.
True. Agree.
Plus stellar type shit.
Do you think Rhyme Glass is still coming? Because no way Stellar Freeze won't be a thing. I think
Stellar Freeze.
We already know Stellar Freeze is not going to be a thing.
Yeah, I don't think Stellar Freeze.
Why would it be a thing? They literally made it.
If it was, it would have been Vodyanitsa if that was going to be a thing.
Exactly. Like I think they also don't want to. They want to use cope archetypes and turn that into some kind of carry archetype because they understand it's like an AI trying to understand what the community wants, and then they're like, oh, you want to play physical superconduct teams? Oh, what if we made stellar conduct and made cryo carries that use stellar conduct? That's what you want, right? And like the same can be said about Electrocharge, Lunar Charge. The same can be said about Lunar Bloom and Crystallize. Like they just add numbers instead of fixing the reactions. And Freeze doesn't fit in that. Like Freeze already got Escoffia. Like they already fixed or like quote unquote fixed the reaction by adding numbers. So like I don't think we are ever getting both.
I just think I think it's extremely funny that they already transformed the reaction, like with like Stellar and with Lunar. But then in order to make the reaction an actually relevant part of the team's damage output, Mitia has to change the reaction again.
Yeah, that is stupid. Yeah, also
I've seen some comments.
Yeah?
I was gonna say I've seen some comments of people saying that they're preparing for the series to change the reaction a third time when she comes out, which would be very fun.
Imagine Tsaritsa and Mitia in the same team. You get a special, like you get an even more special reaction.
Yeah. we can already talk about it quickly, but like Vodyanitsa also changes Stellar Swirl. Like she makes
in bad ways.
Vortex. I thought the vortex immediately exploding was good.
I thought it was a good thing.
She doesn't actually do that. That was a misunderstanding.
What?
She doesn't change what the reaction
that?
itself does at all. No, that was a
misunderstanding.
misunderstanding.
So what the fuck did she do?
What
yeah,
does she even
very
do?
good question. What does she do?
She provides Animo Shred when the vortexes explode. That's the only thing she does with the reaction.
Wait, that means all her Animo Shred is delayed then?
She also does it on. She also provides it on the reaction trigger as well.
I'll tell you what Vodyanitsa does. She decreases your DPS.
What a great thing for a character to do.
She makes you get so many less Stellar Swirl vortexes. It's insane.
When I saw like the calcs, like I'll just say who did it. When I saw Flip calc like CMC higher than Vodyanitsa, internally I was applauding because I don't like that character, but man, Hoyo, how exactly did you mess this up?
Wait, what do you mean he calced her higher? You used them both together. What did he calc?
No, he calced like it was like Farzan, Odette, and then either CMC or Vodyanitsa for Vesna. And then CMC ended up calcing higher than Vodyanitsa. I thought that was really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right now I have her highest calcing team as Faruzan, Odette, Cryo Traveler. Vodyanitsa is like 9k DPS behind, but the team without the sustain isn't exactly real, so Vodyanitsa kind of still is best in slot.
No one said that about Nefer.
That's because That's because if you dash on Nefer, you still get her damage, but if you dash during Vesna's skill, it cancels the damage.
Why are you even
situation?
Why are you even allowed to dash at that point?
Oh no!
That's funny.
Just give her damage reduction at that point.
I think we should just the Sandrone. We can quickly talk about the Sandrone upgrades and then talk about Vodyanitsa and Vesna. Because I think we are just dying to talk about them because they aren't that interesting, but also it's funny balancing stuff. But yeah, Sandrone with does anyone have C6 Alyosha tested with Sandrone?
I actually
guess
did
I'm
not. I did get C6 Alyosha by getting C0 Odette, which was absolutely fucking insane. But I never tested it, unfortunately. I haven't leveled him yet.
Rest in peace.
Incredible.
Yeah, Syndrome is just really good now. I don't think there's much to say. Like, I think theoretically she should just cheat as the highest damage carry, right?
It's like wow, the stellar DPS that was already strong got even better when we got stellar Yaoguang.
Oh, but I still like Alyosha C6 is without C2 Odette is bait, and I will preach that. And I don't think does she outdo like who's the highest cheating otherwise, like Mavika with like optimized combos in Mona with C2. Traveler?
Is it just Traveler who's second or no? Am I misunderstanding that?
Oh no, I meant like Traveler. Like I'm not allowing Traveler with C6 Alyosha either. I guess unless you do C2. Oh. Like if you do C0, like if someone did C2 or that, then it would be legitimate, and I think that's just always better than like Mavika Mona with C2 Mavika.
We're just talking about Ultimate workouts. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, Sandrone, got a big increase from Odette, and if we're going to vertical into Odette, then you get the C6 Alyosha, hopefully, and if you don't, then you deserve 30 Odettes on your way to your actually, no, you don't deserve, but like, if you are cost chesting, I think Sejef got C3 Odette. And I think that's deserved.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. And he activated it. I was surprised he activated it because like he's a cost chester.
Sean Cost.
Is he a cost chester? Or is he just a random chester?
He's
I think he just chats whatever he finds interesting.
Yeah.
I think
he does like he has C6 4-star cost chest agenda. Like he does actively preach that. He did literally say that C6 Prune is like a better character than Nicole at the end of Nicole's pre-release. It was mostly meant as a joke, but I think he kind of believed it.
Right.
I mean, if you have C6 Prune, you probably have like C2 Nicole.
Yeah,
I mean, Nicole is like the best character in the game.
Nicole a better character.
I think Nicole's the GOAT.
She is.
C2 Nicole is like the best character in the game.
True.
Best former diagonal investment you could ever get. It's so good.
Yep.
Okay, then we can just talk about Vodyanitsa and Vesna. Okay, let me get... Okay, so just rough explanation. I guess I can do that pretty quickly. Vesna is just Mizuki, but like she's attack scaling. Her skill works similarly to Zubai in that she has she does 5 skills basically. The first 3 are basically to enhance her skill. She has 3 different levels. So like the first is the first level, then the second level, third level, and then you do another 2 of the third level because you can do 3 level 3 skills per window. And that took me a long time to understand, but now I understand it. But yeah, then she also has a burst, and the burst also gives her resources to use those skills, but she also generates them while doing normal attacks. And like it's kind of Zubai, but more complicated is all you need to know. And
not really complicated, I'd say, just more mechanics.
Yeah, more mechanics, yeah. And she has, I think, 17 Stellar Swirl hits, which is definitely more than Mizuki. I think Mizuki has 4 at C0 and then 7 at C1. This is important because of Vodyanitsa's Stellar Swirl buffing being exactly 17. So they were meant to for each other. Vodyanitsa wasn't just some AI-generated kid. She was supposed to be some kind of essential dogshit support. She just kind of
Failed.
missed the mark. Yeah. But yeah, Vesna currently, actually, yeah. Noah, what do you think about? I'm asking Noah specifically because he is the only one out of our circle who has calced Vesna. What do you think about Vesna's current state?
I really like her current state because she is a top tier DPS. Currently at my more traditional C0 R1 standard, I have her like right between Sandrone and Zebai as within the top 2 to 3 DPS. And she's not like massively ahead of Mizuki, but she is ahead of her a decent amount to where it does feel like you're getting an upgrade if you pull for her. But it's also not such a massive upgrade to where somebody who just wants a good Stellar Swirl team will feel like they have to pull her if they don't want her. They'll get by just fine with their free Mizuki, so she doesn't really have any pull value, but she is a good top tier DPS. I think that's a pretty good balancing. I like that.
True. Yeah, TGS calced something like lower, I think. Like he calced her to be like more like on KQM's like 160k or something. And he also wasn't in your calc. You didn't assume the R1 gacha, right? The hyped Faruzan weapon.
I give hers on that bow, yeah.
Oh, okay.
At
Yeah,
R1.
What's
that's a big change. So there's a gacha bow that gives, I think, 20%, 24% team-wide Stellar Swirl, just by off-field swirling. I don't remember the condition. Let me check. I don't even know what the. Oh yeah, it's this one. Effect can trigger once every 0.03 seconds, and when the character reaches 3 points. Oh yeah, it's on skill and burst. Give you points, and then when you reach 3 points, it's a team-wide buff. So it's like the first 4-star buffing bow in years, which is crazy. And
I think it's the only one.
Yeah, true. It's the only one. And I think it's a big...
Finally, we're free from Fav.
Yeah, the thing is, this is a gacha 4-star weapon. If you don't...
As if Fav isn't.
It's...
Well, no, I mean...
Like
gacha you mean, like,
only.
By gacha, Saga means, like, you have to pull on that banner, otherwise you can never...
Right. The weapon banner exclusive ones.
Yes.
Limited 4-star.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
It
you
is-
pull on a specific weapon banner to get it.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
not...
And
Which
like
makes
that,
it
I think
a lot
that's
harder to
interesting
get.
because that changes like kind of the pull value of certain weapon banners a bit. Because like the bow is so like it's worth like what? It's like 10% or something crazy. I don't remember exactly, but I know it's like really, really good.
Yeah, I think it makes it so that R1, like you should definitely count it into R1 Vesna, but also it is not guaranteed to get, like if you win the 50-50, then you have like 65 pulls to get this weapon, and you might like it's a 5 different weapons, and then it's a 50-50. So like...
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a 75-25 on the weapon banner, not a 50-50 between raid up and raid off.
For 4 stars?
Yeah, for 4 stars too.
Oh, I actually
really?
did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, gee, thank you, Uwa guy.
Yeah, after this, before I was Wua guy, I was also Genshin guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a LARPer, I'm just washed. This is different.
Wow, someone needs to frame that. I'm not a lava, I'm just washed.
That's actually
I'm like the old man sitting on his front porch, like just being like, back in my day.
Back in my day, I used to bench 405.
Back in my day, we did not have such a thing as power creep. Even though we very clearly did.
We all used Zhengling all the times.
Rational was meta, quote unquote.
True.
Fluorescence Pike, Shangling, let's go. Who remembers?
Crescent Pike, holy. You're not even
Who
Cat
remembers?
Emblem, we're talking Crescent Pike, Hangling.
I'm scared.
Just before that
remembers?
existed. That was in like 1.0.
That was
Yep,
one.
That was always Cub compared to Racer anyway, so I don't know why the fuck people were doing that.
I don't know, it's just really
Back
fun.
then, the guides were saying to build Zhengling on a like triple attack, level her normal attacks, don't worry about the burst. The burst is useless type shit. It was a time
I remember that.
Back then,
back when,
Back
when
then-
a lot of people made guides who didn't know what they were doing.
people thought Bennett was bad because his attack buff was only if you were above 70% HP. I always saw
Yeah.
beyond their lies. I always knew he was good.
People also didn't understand how his attack buff works. They didn't know the attack of your weapon is counted towards base attacks. They thought his attack buff was shit. They thought it was just his attack from his character level.
That's
I think that's the main reason people thought he was bad back then, and not
that is pretty
this
funny.
HP thing.
That is actually pretty funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, so back to the bow. Yeah, you could just not get it. Like yeah, it is a 75-25, but then it's a 1 in 5 because there are 5 raid ups. So actually I could just simulate it real quick, but
It's like you have a decent chance of getting it, but it's definitely not guaranteed. But considering how bad the weapon banner is in Genshin, you're most likely gonna get it.
Yeah. I think like this is to me this is the same as like the C6 4 stars thing. Like when do you think is reasonable to like use that as the baseline? To me is when like you've pulled enough on the 5-star banner. So like that directly plays into how valuable the 5-star constellations and in this case the 5-star weapon is. Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we all knew that, like, when Zibai was first in beta, pretty sure we all knew that chasing the Allure cons was worth it because you were also getting the Zibai cons.
Yeah, exactly. Or well,
Yeah.
I more prefer to think of it the other way around. Like Zibicons are good because you get like Elua.
Right.
You don't. The goal is Zibicons are better than Elo at C6. Like you're going for Zibicons.
Yeah.
Elo at C6.
but
is
but
not
like,
the baseline or the goal. But you
yeah,
get it.
right. You get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
That it was better to keep pulling for Zibai than getting a Columbine or getting her weapon, because you'd be getting Zibai copies and Elua copies.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Loki Columbine is very good. So
I'm not
I
saying
don't
she's not.
remember. I don't remember how exactly it played out. Like I think if you got like C2 Zibai with like C6 Elua and like C6 Goro and C6 Aino, it's like about this a little bit better on paper than if you went for Columbina and do not have C6 Elua. But it's pretty close, I remember. Which like kind of made it nice because you have options. Same for Linnea. There's a lot of things you could have went for on Zibai that gave like the same result.
True.
Yeah, like
For
she,
I remember that too.
Yeah, like there was not anything. Though, like there wasn't an essentially dog shit back then. I mean, there
Yes,
still kind of
exactly.
isn't because Zibai was designed before we had Linnea, of course. Which is
Okay.
kind of a thing I noticed. It's impossible to make a DPS like not have like it's like if a DPS releases before their signature support, it's basically impossible to make them bad without the signature support because then no one's gonna pull them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan of how Zibai is balanced.
I
You could
just
do a lot of things.
I just realized the weapon also buffs Mizuki. Why didn't I realize that yet?
Because
I
you're
thought
not
that
using
was-
Farzan in a Mizuki team, right? I mean, you could.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you-
actually, yeah, you are. You are. No
Are
reason
you
Actually,
not.
no,
not?
you aren't
Why
going
would
for
you- why would you not, as far as
Vesna's.
I'm
You
thinking?
aren't going for. It's unrealistic. You aren't
Would
going
you-
for Vesna's weapon. Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, but what if you're going for Skirk's weapon during the Vesna ban?
Base. You know,
Okay,
Azralight's
well,
a very good
actually-
weapon.
Actually, realistically, it's gonna be Skirk running with Vodya, and then I assume Zibai running with Vesna, most likely.
Wait, Zabaya, that would be so weird. Not Zabaya and Linnea running together?
I mean, I feel there were leaks of a Zibai rerun being in 7.1. I think 7.2 is most likely gonna have like Varka rerun, and like I don't know.
I kind of
Fuck,
don't believe it
Varka's gonna
because
be
I kind of don't believe it because of the Stygian bosses, because there's no looter. Or
Yeah, there's no loot. It's two stellar bosses. One for stellar throw, one for stellar conduct. Whether you can
Wait,
change.
you're not gonna tell me they're gonna rerun Sandrone. Like they're not doing that.
No. They
That would
have
be funny.
They have Vodyanitsa and then Vesna and then Skirk rerun because there's the cryo automaton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Skirk's definitely gonna get a rerun.
I don't know if they're gonna rerun Zibai, it's likely gonna bring back Gecko. So I don't think Zibai might not get a rerun.
Hmm.
That's all. That's what Havaach was trying to
I
say.
mean, I don't think that okay. Well, I haven't really been paying attention to Stygian lineups personally, but I don't think a
Usually
Stygian Stygian doesn't have to line up like 100% perfectly, right?
they usually kind of do. I don't think there's been a,
Yeah.
usually
think
every
that-
boss in a Stygian lines up to the banner characters. One
Yeah,
way
I
or another.
think the Sidlali one was a bit like weird. That it is Mavrika. Like obviously by extension it is Mavrika shield because Sidlali is Mavrika's best support. But like
It was mainly just a night. Like it could have been done with. You could do it with Jalona and it'd just be very slow. But like it was basically just a Nightwolf boss. It wasn't as specifically Sealali.
it's
So
well, it's balanced. The way I see it, it's balanced around Mavrika because like no other character is like even close to doing
I mean, I guess
like
it's fair.
yeah 3 cost or something against that boss. Just feels very bad. I hate this. I hate both automatons, but that one is worse.
For some reason, it's really like Fearless. It wasn't bad. Just Dire. They tripled. the
yeah,
HP.
Dire Triple HP
Which
is
is-
awful.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Vesna Vodyanitsa. So yeah, that's also one thing to consider when you're going for a signature for Vesna is that the bow gives Farazan an advantage. Then we can talk about Vodyanitsa, and I can also summarize this kit pretty quickly. It's simpler. It's very simple. Skill is just healing and then a microphone tick, like I assume AoE, hydro damage every 3 seconds. And then yeah, heals you, resistance to interruption, and then there's 26% cryo and hydro resistance decrease, and burst doesn't matter. And then you also get 30% anemo resistance decrease when there's this vortex that's created explodes. And she does not transform the reaction apparently, which I thought was so cool that she does that, but okay, fine. Then she has this other thing, which is, by the way, that's where we are stopping. That's like the last thing in her kit. The microphone summons, which are basically flat quills. I like that there's a difference between the on-field quills and off-field quills, which on-field quills are solo quills, off-field quills are concerto quills, because sometimes in certain rotations, Columbina could steal Nefer's quills. Could steal Lauma's quills, which belong to Nefer, and Nefer had the higher crit multiplier depending on builds, and that was a bit annoying. I think it's like with C, if you happen to have C1 Columbina or something. But yeah, anyway, this is kind of to circumvent that because you are playing Odette, obviously, and then Odette could steal technically from Vesna. I don't know how exactly. I guess if you have C1 Odette, but you would also
I mean,
you use Vodyanitsa right before Vesna, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Unless you're
then
on
she
TTS.
wouldn't steal, yeah. But yeah, anyway, so she has 17 solo, 10 concerto, which
That's-
are basically let me I have this in a sheet. I assume like 60k HP, which is like millilith to 4-piece millilith, then TTDS, and then for Skirk I also give her Hydro Resonance, of course, and wait, is it on Noah, do you remember how many quills she, like, what how much flat damage, like, roughly she does give?
Like how much she practically has, or how much she can have at max, or
She can give at max for Stellar Swirl.
like 6,500?
No, like all combined.
Is that the question?
I
It's
have it in a
17
sheet.
bits, right? That Vesna does.
I had
Are you
it
asking
in
about the
I
cap
had
and the
it
quill?
prepared in a sheet. Like
We're talking about the cap for the quill. Wait, what do we?
No, not the cap. I'm talking about like the total amount of flat damage you get per rotation in not just
Oh.
one instance of flat damage.
She gives
There was a
17 to the active character and 10 to the off
No.
field.
no. Saga's asking like the total amount of extra flat damage you're getting in a
Yeah, one
rotation.
multiplied by
So,
the
like,
other, basically.
Yeah, so I haven't calced well yet, so I don't know, but I saw a Zajav calc saying it's somewhere, it wasn't like 13k, no, not 13k, it was like it was like 200 something. I can't remember how much it was.
Oh, okay.
It's I don't remember.
Please. I can't find it. No. But yeah, it's fine. Anyway, this is definitely the majority of her buffing. I think because you already get if you were playing her with Fauzan, then you already have some shred. But I think no, her optimal team is Vodyanitsa's optimal Vesna team would be with Cryoman character, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you wouldn't play. Yeah, okay. But yeah, then this Anemo shred would be pretty good in terms of amp. And then, yeah, the flat damage quills would be the other part of her buffing. But yeah, this isn't modern, because if we look at Lauma, I believe Lauma just has more quills than Vodyanitsa. Like, more flat damage coming from these quills. And she doesn't have a way to, like, increase her quills like Lauma does. So there's no future character that can, like, potentially raise this cap of 17 or something. Like, it's going to stay like this. And in that, she's a worse buffer. She also, like, buffs freeze less than Stellar Swirl. Like, not just a bit, like a decent chunk. Which also means that she isn't actually the best in slot option, or like the definitive best in slot option for Skirk, I believe. Like, she doesn't, like, especially if you were going to plan to invest into Skirk cost optimally, then you wouldn't pick up Vodyanitsa. Like, before C2, R1 Skirk, C1 Escoffia, and then C1 Farina, maybe. Can anyone back me up?
I don't know if you would get C1 for Arena before Void, but everything else you would.
Okay.
Sure.
I think it's like the same increase on paper.
Yeah, it's about the same.
And I think, you know, what if you actually do get Skirk to C2, then I'm not actually sure she'd like be an upgrade at all, because like Mona is so broken if you have C2 Skirk, because you just play the burst rotation.
Yep.
And then like the burst gets 100% of like the Mona buff, and then like the Mona becomes insane. And then like Vod, she has a 16-second cooldown, so you just kind of you have to drag every rotation by like an extra 2 seconds. So I don't know
That
if like
sucks.
she'd even be an upgrade at C0 if you have C2 Skirk. But yeah. But if you have like nah, if you go for like C1, C2 VOD, she would be best in slot at some point eventually.
Yeah,
It's just very expensive. Like
true.
I recommend going for her if you already have like C2 R1 Skirk and C1 Escoffier. And then you can do it. Or like if you just really like her, but like that's kind of doesn't have anything to do with meta anymore, which is like
Exactly.
fine.
If you really like the Skirk, like as said before, there is just or like no, you meant if you really like Vodya, right? I may be dented.
Yeah. Or like if you already have C6 R5 everything.
True, then you get
Technically,
If you
Yeah,
DHC or
yeah,
engineering,
actually,
sure, but like,
like technically, like I would assume C6 R5. Wait, I actually don't know. Is the C6 R5 freeze team with C6 R5 Vodyanitsa actually better than the Durin Nicole team for Skirk?
Oh no.
that's a
Okay,
good question.
yeah, I
The
don't.
fact that sorry to interrupt, but the fact that Durin Nicole is currently the best whale team is so funny to me for
It
Skirk.
is, yeah.
The funny thing
Yeah, I
is,
mean,
when
like-
I had C2 Nicole for my C2 Skirk, C2 Nicole was, I think, equal to my C1 with C3 Farina freeze Skirk. So
Because Nicole's the
C2
goat.
C2 to Durin. So like, I forget how much stronger it is with C6 Nicole now, but I don't have like equal like 40 plus calls investment on my Skirk. But like, I have a feeling Vodyanitsa might not beat Nicole, which is just
Oh no.
No, I
Yeah,
think
well,
you should.
what-
Like
what
you
I-
lose too much.
how strong is her? How strong are her? Like, is her C6 very good for?
Yeah, I was
buffing?
going to say her C6 is worse than her C1 and C2, isn't it? Right?
Like I heard it
for
wasn't
Skirk.
very good. I know her C2
Huh.
is great, but like,
But
I don't.
Her C1 and C2 just give more stats to Skirk, right? Wait, let me check.
Wait, what's a Shadow Realm Analyzer?
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, clearly.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing this world quest right now, and I've been stuck in gun mode the entire time. Can I please be freed?
I really appreciate the gun mode. It's so funny.
I
It's so
actually-
out of place.
I
I
just
It's so out of
kind of
place
don't
that it's
like
good.
it.
okay.
I
I'm
played so many shooters that like to me it feels so jank.
okay.
Like I don't know.
I'm gonna say it like it is. The gun mode feels like it'd be something someone makes in Miliastra.
I mean, it'll
But
I
it's,
can
it's better.
primarily be used
It's
in
peak.
Miliastra anyway.
I don't know. Like I keep wanting it to feel more like Warframe or some other shooter, and it's like
God, I love Warframe.
Doesn't-
Holy.
Warframe is so good, but like it doesn't. It just feels. I don't know. Like when I talked about it on stream when I did it for the first time, and everyone's like, "No, Kinkle is actually pretty good." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I don't. Maybe
I
I'm
gotta
just
show you
from
my
like
Jade Star.
actual dedicated
I-
shooters. I don't.
I gotta show you my Jade Stars Gauss build.
Oh,
Anyway,
Ferent,
off
by the way,
Full
if you,
disclosure. Oh. There you go.
if you were wondering, Ferent, that's Thunder. Thunder was an OG member, and he has
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
He returned
I-
like William Afton.
I may have the podcast's absolute worst attendance ratio.
Oh no.
Worse than Flip somehow. No, but
It should still be better
uh,
than Flips, no?
No,
Yeah,
I was
and I think-
okay. I want to point out, I was literally the first additional member of the podcast. By the way,
True.
You want a cookie?
Oh.
yes, actually, that was very appreciated.
Oh,
Well, I got waffles here already and chips, so
Okay, back to Vodyanitsa. I just calculated it's like 42% or like 420 flat attack. Which is all these
120 flight
brain
attack
rot.
from-
We have collected the brain rot numbers in this episode apparently.
6 in it.
Wait, 420 flat attack for C6 what? Or
No, 420 is the C1, and then C6 is 50% damage. So
that's it?
Yeah, that's the entire constellation.
But that's actually fucking Nicole is like 1200 flat attack,
Yeah.
25 rest shred, and the 40% damage bonus. There's
because
no
Nicole's-
way,
I don't know.
bro.
I don't know. They could have just made it. I don't know. It's such a missed opportunity to make it defense ignore because there's first of all, defense ignore does not even buff Stellar Swirl, so they would achieve this. So they could just make
I
it
don't
so
know
that
why they didn't do that.
yeah, exactly.
They're so comfortable giving both Durin and Nicole a shit ton of death shred, and then just doesn't do it for Vodyanitsa.
Yeah. And
That's
Skirt's
because-
team doesn't even have defense ignore. I think.
They gave
It's because
C6
Nicole is
Nico
built
200
better.
crit damage on top for her regular damage, so it doesn't, or for Stellar Conduct, because she already has like what 40% defense ignore for regular damage. Why are
Fredwin,
they
if you lower
paying
Nicole
for
to tier
Vodyanitsa?
0.5, I'm gonna throw hands.
Oh no.
I have
mean,
an agenda.
C0 Nicole is like not nearly
The
as good
goats,
as
yeah.
whale investment. Her whale investment is disgusting. So much so that I want to point this out with my Sandrone testing with C6 Nicole. My Navia is stronger than my Sandrone because she actually takes advantage of all of Nicole's buffs work on Navia, but not Sandrone. So I get 400k DPS with a C0R1 Navia, but a C0R1 Sandrone is 260 or 360k. So
Well, no,
like
The power
Okay,
of
so-
Nicole is stupid.
Okay,
man.
so here's the thing that's awesome about that. I like Navia. Fun fact: my Nicole main DPS is 260k DPS. It's really
Wait,
funny.
mine is
peak.
mine's 300k. What's your team?
Oh, I've been running Durin, Jalon, and Albedo because I don't actually know what's the best for DPS. Nicole.
Oh, I
That's gotta-
actually sat down for an hour and figured out combos. You do like burst and then 3 charge attacks. For melts, you can do like Lily. You can do consistent melts with Lily.
Oh, do
get to
you have
move
like
the burst.
Lily cons?
I have C2 Lily, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that explains why you have so much higher DPS than I do. So you run like
Yeah,
Lolly, what? Like what exactly?
It's Lily. What the fuck that right? Was Lily Bennett? I think Jalonen. I don't know where the last one was, or was it Super? No, it was probably Sucrose. Was it Sucrose? I don't fucking remember.
So you just play as bootleg Mavrika.
It basically it worked.
Hey,
I
my
didn't even
sh-
think
hey,
I could get consistent mouth off, but I managed to get like I burst into like 1 million on burst and then 300. No, it was like 600k and then 300k charge attacks. It works every rotation. So
Kinkle, you wanna know something awesome?
what?
My Nicole has the highest CV on my entire account.
That's funny.
She has 255 She has 255 CV actually.
That's funny.
Nice.
I just gave my Nicole my Hutao Crimson Witch build, which is I think is 240 CV with like
Yeah.
a shit ton of side rolls.
I have her on Varka sets.
Main
works.
DPS Nicole combo, we lost the plot. Let people have fun. It's not like we are recommending that. We're just having fun.
Also, genuinely though.
Both Thunder and I have a C6 Nicole, so like I don't
Yeah.
think this works without C6.
Yeah. Look,
Full
okay, I mean,
disclosure.
okay. Actually, I do want to point out. I don't like. Okay, I think if you have like C2 Nicole, it could probably still work. It just isn't like. Trust me. Don't go into Stygian with this. It's like
Yeah, it
this is Abyss gimmicks right here.
300k DPS with a C6 is disgustingly bad. So like
It's awful. It's genuinely awful.
it's very bad. So yeah, it's not like it works. It's just it's not great. So yeah.
Like
the
I'm
things you
sure a
do when you
C2
have
Sandrone could outdo us.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, maybe a C1
I mean,
Sandrone.
Sandrone C2 is kind of ass. You'd rather have I don't know, C2 or dead with C0 Sandrone. But yeah,
But you get the point. Put our cost into literally anything else, it will be infinitely better.
Yeah. But it's funny though, and that's worth
It is
something.
funny. Yeah, it is
I'm
worth
just-
something.
I'm just glad Nicole DPS is a thing to do.
Okay, but is it just me or are just Vodyanitsa's cons just like they would seem strong in like 4.x, maybe 5.x, but they are just not modern support concept.
It's-
Like we got Nicole, and then this is just like
We-
this is so much worse than Nicole
We
constellations.
talked about it when we talked about it when we saw Sandrone cons. Was that Hoyo was backing down on constellation creep, and it's weird.
That's true.
It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
after Nicole's immense power, they're just backing down.
But Odette is like
Odette-
pretty strong
her-
again, right?
But her
Yeah, I
C6
don't-
isn't like crazy, is it? Her
I
only
thought
her,
it
C,
is.
her C2 is great, but like, isn't her C6 not as?
Hold
great?
on. How do I exit gun mode?
Wait.
I think you just exit out of it like it's an extra mode. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like I did this world quest that put me in gun mode, and I don't know how to exit gun mode.
I got
Uh,
stuck in
Finish
it.
the quest.
I just ran away from whatever I was in and it exited me out of him.
Okay.
Okay, the
No, that was-
first
that's a
the
nice
first
area.
the first effect of the C6 doesn't matter that much because the off-field damage shouldn't be that high. It shouldn't be. Oh, coordinated attack. Okay, I don't know how much the C4 affects her damage, but the C6 could interact. But I think it's because it's two different effects, and then it also elevates 25%.
Yeah.
I think this is still a good, like, not Nicole C6, but it's a pretty modern C6. But Vodyanitsa has less than half of that. She has 25 elevation instead of 25 elevation and then 20 elevation to herself. Okay, she doesn't do damage, but like what was I going to say? But yeah, anyway, I think they are just going to fix. C2 doesn't even apply to Odette, I think. Odette doesn't get the 50% crit damage. And I think
It's
C1
incredibly
doesn't apply
weird.
to Odette either. What is this oversight? Why can't she just also buff Odette?
Oversight or intentional bricking by Hoyoverse? Take your pick.
Maybe you're right, but like I don't know. I just people say that this is immediately we haven't even discussed this, but her kit is very controversial because she cannot trigger Stellar Swirl. But I defended that choice because I thought that she would transform the reaction so that it kind of interacts with freeze and then also with the mutant explosion. I thought that they would like that wasn't the full story, but no, it was less. Like it wasn't the full story, but the story doesn't exist. Like the effect doesn't exist.
I was
That's
actually
fine.
kind of like when I had watched Noir's video and he brought up the fact that she could be some kind of Nilo to stellar swirl would be very interesting. And then
That's
just
what I
not the
thought,
case.
but I guess not.
Yeah, it's not the case. That sucks.
Because the description says it turns the animal grana generated by the party into mutant animal grana, so
Yeah.
it sounds like it's transforming it into something else, but according to leakers, it does not.
It's just so sad.
That's hilarious.
Do you think the question is, do you think she'll stay in the state where
No.
she is just not like? Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like she will be buffed. She will get buffed.
Okay, here's the thing. I struggle to think of a way that they realistically could buff her because a lot of her issues kind of just aren't number related. I feel.
I
I think they are.
I feel like
Jeez.
they are number.
Her numbers
If they up
suck.
her numbers, that would. Her numbers aren't very high. If they upped her numbers, it would make her a lot better.
I feel like
if
the
she
fact
got
that she-
Lauma numbers, then yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah,
I feel like
you know,
I feel like the fact that she messes with uptime is something really weird for a quote-unquote dedicated support. No.
That is anti-synergy, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
For some reason.
Me when Hoyo doesn't understand how their game works.
What okay,
That's-
what if
okay, okay.
crazy idea? What if they make her into an actual freeze dedicated support and then the Stellar Swirl is like a cope?
Let's fucking go.
Oh,
That would be
onion.
great, actually.
Onion.
I might
Onion.
actually.
I would be so unbelievably down for that.
I would love it. Ayaka upscale in the big 26. Imagine.
Nope, because Ayaka needs triple cryo or she won't burst. So nope.
True.
Sad.
Down. Well, no, I just dropped the Farina.
To be honest, that's what I was originally thinking. The thing is with Ayaka though, at least what you have so much energy when you have triple like a Scalfir Shinna that you can run no ER. I've done it in 2 Stygians where I run 0 ER Ayaka and it works fine.
Isn't that just an SSA
So like
thing?
you could, I mean I did it against the turtle as well. That's because you burst
okay.
you don't burst all the time. That's fair, but I did actually do a semi run against the I didn't do a full run, but I tried against the ball, and it was also a 0 ER Ayaka, and it almost worked, but it was a little janky. But even in Abyss, you can also just run 0 ER because you just get so much energy. That's mainly because of Shinna, not even necessarily being able to just double fat proc, double seal in Shinna is really, really good. That's why removing Shinna is hard for Ayaka. But you just remove Farina and maybe.
I just, because of Escopia, I just don't see how Farina's ever leaving freeze teams. Also because like, yeah, that's another thing. Part of Vodyanitsa's, which I kind of see as a downside, part of her budget is in Millilith and TTDS, but like for some, like, that also is kind of restrictive because for Skirk, you can't use, like, you are already using Millilith on Skirk. I don't think you can do an additional buffing set, but like, if you played, actually, could you play, like, I've seen just people using, like, TGS calking with Golden Troop Farina.
Yeah, it was I guess double Hydro.
This is
Like,
some.
I'm
This
just
is some
saying.
real. This is some real
It was
2024
Festering
game.
Desire though. It was Festering Desire, which is already
There's multiple
like
problems
no
with that.
one has that weapon.
Yeah, I already, like...
First of all, fucking KQMS bullshit. Like, Skirk is gonna do more
Skirk
damage
has
in
way more
practice,
investment, yeah.
especially when you
Skirk
get,
has
like,
way more damage.
when... Like, Skirk is a character who just gets a free burst. Like, every team in the game can, like, set up during downtime. They can precast skills and whatnot. Skirk is the only character in the game, as far as I remember, that gains motion value through downtime, and that is by getting a free burst.
True.
Like, Skirk does way more damage, or like a way bigger share of the team damage than like what would be shown on paper. Also, KQMS, like, that nerfs Skirk's damage significantly. Also, Festering Desire, that shit doesn't exist. Also, yeah, Farina wants more energy. Than,
Yeah,
like,
it was
what is technically-
170, I think. 165,
Yeah.
170.
That's
So, like,
way too.
There's
for
no
even
world
double
where you would
Hydro.
ever put Farina on Golden Troop in a Skirk team. That is just, you do not do that.
Yeah. But then, like,
Yeah.
what set would you use Farina or
Tenacity.
Vodyanitsa on? But, like, you can't
Or,
use both on...
You put
sorry.
Farina
You
with
put,
Tenacity and Vodyanitsa on Noblesse.
Oh, okay.
No. You don't
Or
wanna
the other way
put,
around.
Wait, you other way
like, you
around. You
don't-
don't burst what Issa do.
Like,
You have
actually, I
to.
don't
You
know what
have
would be
to in
better.
order to fill cooldowns, because Skark has an 8-second cooldown. So you kind of just have to use Vodyanitsa burst to fill that time anyway.
You can choose, I guess. Like, if you have Escoffier Sig, you burst on. No, yeah, I think you would want
You have to burst on
Escoffier
both.
anyway.
You have to burst on
No.
both to fill 8 seconds.
I think
Don't.
Arlecchino
so,
also
like-
benefits from stalling. I don't think, like, to the same
Oh,
extent.
Arlecchino also does. Arlecchino also gains motion value from stalling. Not as much as Skirk, though, I don't think. Like, the burst is a 30% team DPS increase for that one rotation or something. Like 20-some%, 30%. Arlecchino maybe. Like, if you just start on full bond of life and you already have an E on field. That's also a big increase. Although, like, that kind of makes... Yeah. Arlecchino too. But I think she needs more time stalled than Skirk does. Skirk just needs 3 rifts from off field, and that's like a few seconds, 9 seconds or something.
Oh, I just cock blocked this the chat for like 5 minutes in my stream. And I didn't even realize. It's fine. No one saw that.
Where do I claim my dailies on the train?
You can do
It's
that.
like a.
Yep.
So next to a chair in the same room as the crafting table, there's like a phone, and you can talk to it, and Catherine will be on it.
Oh, the Prime
That's
Ice
funny.
Communicator. Okay.
That's funny. I've been going to Catherine in Snezhnegrad this entire time. I don't know you can collect them on the train.
I love Snezhnegrad. It's my second
It looks
favorite
so
city in the game.
pretty.
What's the first? Mondstadt?
Dormanport.
Dormanport, because I'm a sucker for.
Dormanport is great.
I'm European. I love the Germanic aesthetic. Like, I will always have a special place in my heart for Mondstadt.
That's
If
fair.
Dormanport had a Catherine, I'd go there all the time, but it doesn't. There's almost no reason to go there after you finish exploring, which sucks. But
I can't even find more chests. Like, I've been using the compass and the Nicole passive all over. How do I finish this area?
Yeah, I hate that. Like, I wish there was some kind of Lohan meetup or something. Why didn't they make a Lohan meetup? Like a Lohan
know,
meetup
that-
point.
Because
and then...
no one
I
likes
guess
Lohan.
I guess they just
Whoa.
wanted to be another extension of Jeez. It wanted to be an extension of Mondstadt. That one creator, I don't want to bring that up, but
What? Now I'm just curious.
Are you talking about Candy Bug?
yes, Candy.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a whole portion where he
That
said
one
like
is a
Lohan Spaceport or some shit. That whole video, bro. Anyway, I have a place to talk.
That one is a freaky one.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, we have to discuss something
of.
that happened to the community recently.
Mhm.
It's called Priden.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh.
Pridewin. Oh, that.
Priden.
I feel like the hate on that tier list is like really overblown. It's not even about.
I agree. I agree.
I
It was a
think
buck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There
One
are
of
some
the most.
spots on it that are kind of iffy, but then that's like most tier lists at the same time. Because
Okay,
it's hard
wanna
to
know-
evaluate everything on the same on a like a objective scale in the first place. Because everyone looks at
wanna
things
know-
differently.
Yeah. Like, want to know the most insane response I've seen to it? When TGS publicly tweeted that like he helped with the tier list, I saw someone like in a Discord server I'm in at everyone and say, now it makes sense why the tier list is dog shit. They got Genshin Hitler on it. What?
What?
yo.
Like
That's
what?
insane.
Where did
What the
that
hell?
come from?
I
What the
I
hell?
don't know. Genuinely no clue where that came from.
That was,
I mean, if
that's
anything,
so
it should be a
nice.
Mussolini because he's Italian.
That's actually funny. There was one take on Twitter I saw where someone was saying like, "Here's the real Private tier list that I made based off my Stygian clears," and I remember they had Sucrose in tier 1 and Zelona in T0, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What the hell? Why was Sucrose tier 1
In
What
the
is she
big
doing?
2026, by the way.
so low?" There was another weird thing. I think we're like they had Aldette in T 0.5 and then Sino and Risley tier 3 for some reason. I don't know what they were doing. It was the weirdest tier list I've ever seen. And they were saying it's better than Pride Wins. I don't know.
I think, okay, from my perspective, the tier list is not that bad, except I'm just making fun of the expert tag on Nefer. And like,
Yeah, the
on-
expert talking effort's stupid.
on like Hu Tao also.
Hu Tao expert, I actually
Hu Tao
understand,
needs
'cause her-
expert tag. I've had
Actually,
I've had Hu
her-
Tao since her release, and I still can't play her. Right?
I
For
recently
me, it's
discovered-
not even.
I was gonna say for Hu Tao, I recently discovered that you could actually do 11 in 2C, not just 10. And
hold on.
to do that,
Yeah,
you have to
you
jump
did.
and cancel.
I was
Hold
gonna
on.
say that like
Um,
for Hu Tao, the expert makes sense because it's not just the N1C that you do, which is pretty simple to me anyway. But the N2C is actually really
N2C,
difficult
yep.
to get really good,
Okay.
get
I
really
am-
good
The
timing on.
correct combo
I
is
can
N2C
only
hack.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, it's N2C dash, N2C dash, N2C jump, N2C dash, N2C dash, N2C jump. Like that is
That
very,
sounds-
very interesting.
Horrible.
I'm
That sounds
I'm
horrible.
looking I'm looking here at this list, and there's genuinely zero way in the 9 realms that... Okay, I'm assuming that's a watch list for Navia to go down when Neuvillette is staying in his position.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Where's
Look,
the
if you're
Neuvillette
gonna...
Broadwatch?
Look, I'm just saying, you can go to, like, you can convince me of a lot of things, but no one can convince me that Navia is worse than Neuvillette. Like, nobody can convince me of
She
that.
has more Stygian,
I think this-
but both
Yeah.
don't have Stygian. Like, Neuvillette has one Stygian shield boss, and, like, other than that, both don't really get used, but I
Stygian's
do
getting
think...
its own tier list.
Oh, that's true.
I-
But I just want to say that, like, I would always pick Navia with Dorkol over Neuvillette for Stygian. Like, just
Yeah, like,
Navia was
vertical
great for
into
Dorkol.
Dorkol.
like
There was
Navia got a good upscale with Linnea and a good upscale with Hexarai wheelchair. Like,
yeah.
people are too quick to dismiss every character from Fontaine that isn't Neuvillette. Or Rice.
Neuvillette, low key. I have a long history with Neuvillette.
The only reason that Neuvillette is not being dismissed is because people love slandering him.
That's why, I mean, I saw a video that DHG made about Nova getting a new wheelchair, and the comments were very funny on that video.
Neuvillette's best wheelchair is his C1. I don't want to hear it.
Is it anymore? Is his damage so bad that like you'd rather actually wheelchair now?
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure isn't it just better for him to wheelchair than to actually be a hyper carry? It hasn't always
Well,
been a
yeah,
thing.
I would assume so. He doesn't have like.
Oh.
numbers.
That's because Neuvillette is designed around his ability to apply Hydro.
That's come full circle twice, and now it's like wrong again. Now he's balanced around his ability to do nothing.
I did have
Well, one DPS I can play with one hand.
I did have an interesting discussion about it with someone, and basically, wait, it was this screenshot that I made. There's this other thing, Genshin DPS CN that I look at. It's illegal because you aren't supposed to compare carries like this. It's very illegal, but still, we just do it for fun. But yeah, if you type in Neuvillette, the results are very funny because there's this one cost 109k DPS and 7 cost 112k DPS.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what the? Wait, how does that work?
Neuvillette Vape is a scam. I'm sorry.
It's because it's inefficient. Like Gilone and Kazuha, you just don't do Gilone and Kazuha. You would just rather get or you do Gilone, and I think the best 7 or like best 8 cost is 180k DPS, which is also so low. But yeah, it would be C3 Neuvillette, C2 Farina, C0 Gilone. This obviously is excluding wheelchairs. But yeah, you don't do whatever they did. So yeah. Also, it's without. I believe it's with signatures, and this 8 cost here is with yeah, it's with battle pass weapons, so a bit of cost chest. But the main reason why this is so high is because Neuvillette's C1 and Farina is like, there was always this anti-synergy. Like, if you put Farina in the team, then C1, like, if you got, like, you need both at the same time. Obviously, if you get C1 in this team, then it wouldn't even do anything, because, like, you can't play Farina. But then, if you, like, you needed to enable Farina, and then, because of that, you can't play Vape anymore, and that is also a drop-off, and that's like that's the main reason why this 4 cost right here is also not that far. Like, this is actually, I believe, optimized 4 cost, like 123k DPS. It's not that big over 109k DPS, because his vertical is counterintuitive, basically. It's he is kind of like Mualani. But if Mualani had really bad C1 and C2, or like, no, his C1 straight up does nothing for Kachina jungling Sucrose, And C2 is like 36% crit damage or something, or like 42%.
It's 42% crit damage,
42%,
which
yeah.
on a character like Nuvolet doesn't really do anything. He has so much crit damage already.
Yeah, and then from Sackjade R5 to Signature is also not the biggest jump, but yeah. But yeah, that's just something to note about Nuvolet. I just wanted to bring it up because it's funny. Okay, back to the list. I think the Apex tier is, you can just agree with it. I don't think there's anything that's like really outstandingly outrageous, right? Like I think the lower we get, the more there's some kind of scuffness because of this. I think tier 2 is the most offensive to me because like Chaska is grouped up with Ito.
Shaska in the same tier as Aoife is an agenda. I will support it because I hate Chaska.
Based.
I also don't like Razor is so much better than all of these, right? Like
Razor is higher than I don't know why he's that.
Wait, he moved down. What?
He should be around Venti. I get similar DPS with my Razor and my Venti.
I would move Razor up a tier there.
Yeah, I get 150k with 155k with Venti, and then 147 with Razor. With like very similar cost supports, both C2 Durin. So like
that makes sense, yeah.
I don't know why they're that far apart.
But also we have C0 Raiden as a carry.
Yeah.
We love it.
C0 Raiden is never a carry. At least not anymore.
She doesn't exist as a carry. Before C2. I don't know what they did here.
She is in Nefa's battery so she can burn. That is her only role in existence.
She gets similar DPS to like Yuemiya. Funny enough,
no.
I'm pretty sure. No.
At C0?
Yuemiya 100k. Yuemiya 100k, and then Raiden is like, how high is Raiden Overload? Also around 100k.
But that's not carry, right? Like you play like Xiangling, and then she does more than half the damage.
I guess it's
kind
fair.
of. And then there's also this, like, even more offensive. Raiden Hyperbloom, Kuki Hyperbloom, Kokomi Nilu Bloom? In the same...
Those teams are so... Those teams do not... Those teams even reach 100k before... No. They're why is it in the same tier as...
I tested, I think, Raiden Hyperbloom, and it was, like, scratching 95k DPS. It was like...
I tested... my C2 Nahida, C0 Loma, C01 Nilo, what's it called? Bloom, and it was like 115. That's like
no.
7 calls. It's very bad.
We also have C1 Nilu as this pure support and sustain in tier 1.5.
How does she... Hold on, am I stupid? How does she sustain at C1?
No, she is a pure support, but she doesn't shouldn't she be like together with Kokomi? Because like, how is the Nilu? Huh? Why is Nilu here? She doesn't buff before C2. Like she is not good for Nefa. Like she buffs a bit.
Like she buffs by transforming the reaction, but like
she
like buffs... If you're gonna treat a reaction like a buff, then like I don't know. I just feel like I just don't know if there's a great role to put Nilo in the first place.
That is true.
Nothing really describes her that well.
That is true, but if they are talking about Nefa, then she's just support. She's support for Nefa as a buffer. I believe like you can play like Lanyan for Nefa, and it shouldn't be like Instructor Lanyan. Like a Sucrose bootleg, and that shouldn't be much worse. Like you play Nilu because of that C2 for Nefa, and then otherwise she is an enabler, and then she should be in the same level as Kokomi. So I don't get that. And then Alyosha C2. Oh, they include C2. Like C2 4 stars, like different from C6. That's interesting. I didn't even know that.
Guys, I gotta go for now.
Oh, okay. Bye bye, Kinkle. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.
Also,
Yeah.
I do like how more recent 4 stars have been ranked at both C2 and C6. Because important distinction.
Yeah, that's what I was also going to praise. That's an actual great feature. Then Shilonen. Oh no, I mean this is a fair take, I guess. Although,
I mean, okay,
where's
I just-
Farina?
Did I just see Yehoda in tier 1?
No, she's in tier 1.5, I believe. But okay, the thing with Jalonen is like I think the issue with Jalonen is that she's not even a bad character kit-wise. She's just a victim of where the game went.
Yeah.
The game kind of left her behind.
She is supposed to be like a flexible support, but then all of the team or like all the carries she supported got their own niche supports that
Honestly, sorry to interrupt.
yeah, it's okay.
It's like, honestly, I think Jalonen is the epitome of what Genshin used to be, because she was like this generalist support that could be used in a ton of different teams, buffed a ton of characters, right? And then, right, they like Genshin started doing the Stariel thing, which is put characters into their own little box and say this character is meant to support this one. This character is gonna be exclusively for this one. If you don't have this support, this DPS is dog shit.
Okay.
Like Jalon is a victim to the Stariel mindset.
I don't think HSR. I think they did this at the same time. Like I don't think the HSR was as offensive as like they were getting bad with that at the same time. I think
Yeah.
HSR's worst case being Evernight. I think now it's someone else, but it used to be Evernight and Lauma were not that far apart from like release date. And then other than that,
I mean,
a lot of the I will quickly finish. A lot of the cases before, like Ratio and Robin, Ratio, Robin, Topaz or something, that was completely overblown. Ratio used a completely different team, I think Pella or something, and then like because debuffs were so strong with him, and then for I think other cases, Aglaya Sunday, the reliance wasn't as nearly as bad as people made it out to be.
I'm not talking about specifically reliance. I'm talking about the idea that I'm talking about like dev intended pairing. Like the devs trying to force their own agenda upon a team rather than giving the players the chance to like get creative with it, which is what Genshin used to be like.
Yeah, but HSR kind of did that too. Like they stopped doing that at the same time, or like almost the same time, I would argue.
Not in my experience.
Okay. Well, this isn't an HSR podcast, so I guess we should be arguing. Okay.
I think I have something that's I think pretty important to say about this. This tier list. I think I've seen this take like kind of quite a lot all over the place, but I think I'll just say it now. Yeah, the tier list itself, based on its own criteria, it's not like that bad. Like it's good at what it's trying to be. The problem with it is I think it's two things. First of all, there is no reason to have like 3 different roles. Like there's why are you trying to differentiate between damage support and pure support / sustain? Like a character being good at sustain does not make them good. Like
yeah, true.
Or like you do not differentiate between a like a sub DPS and a support. You just use whichever one gives you the most team DPS.
Yeah.
Like they should be grouped together. There should only be 2 categories. It's not even necessarily on-field DPS. It's like a character that kind of has a play style that like determines how you like play the game, and characters that just add numbers, which is like off-fielders. This is your essentially dog shit characters and your generalist supports, sub DPSs of any kind. Like that to me is what the 2 categories should be. Category 1 is just main DPSs plus like who's not a main DPS but like kind of dictates your playstyle. I don't know, like maybe Nilu back in the day. She's not a DPS, but like you definitely treat her as a DPS in terms of team building.
She is a DPS according to Vars.
I guess yeah, like sure. Like she's a Bloom DPS back in the day. Not today, not so much.
Bars, true.
She's a C2 Nefer shred merchant.
Okay, hold on. I was wondering. I didn't check. Is Durin like anywhere in the DPS section? I know Pridwen supports having like the same
you
character in
could
2 different roles.
I can place
No.
Durin on field.
Like Durin DPS is a thing.
Yeah, I think that
At
that
D6, yeah.
ties into another problem. Is like the constellations, because like some characters, like
Oh yeah.
biggest case being Morlani. Morlani heavily relies on getting her C1 instead. That's it. What a lot of people don't understand when you say Morlani relies on her C1, we don't mean that you need to spend money to get C1. We mean that you have to go for C1 instead of getting a limited 5-star support. Like that's just how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing, main problem I was going to talk about. One is like, why are you like having 3 categories? Like category 2 and category 3 should be together. And there's no point in trying to differentiate them. And the other thing is like this baseline of C0 is just very fundamentally wrong. Like, why are you making a meta tier list on a fictional account that just, or like if it were manufactured to be real, is like the very antithesis of meta. Like nobody has every character in the game. And
this
every
is
like
Jello's tier list. Jello plays every character. Wow.
I mean, okay, here's the thing though, right? Okay, here's the thing. At a certain point, you have to draw a line as to what you're able to cover, because you have to understand, Genshin has over 100 characters at this point. You cannot possibly, for every single character in the game, decide what their optimal team is at, like, let's say arbitrarily, like, 6 cost. Or like 4 cost.
Yeah.
Like, you
Like,
can't...
you don't have to have a precise, like that, like a precise...
Oh, you do! For a website like Pridwen, if you don't have precision, you're just leaving yourself to getting mocked, like, genuinely all the time.
I mean, but like this is the opposite of precision, no?
No, okay, it's like, what this is it's very clear standards, and sure, those standards are gonna benefit other characters more than they benefit, you know, like, they're gonna benefit certain characters over others. For example, the decision to exclude signature weapons obviously hurts Varka more than it hurts other DPS characters, but at a certain point, you're just gonna have to live with that discrepancy.
But then, at what point does it still reflect the... Like, if you are excluding signatures, for example, then, like...
People watching.
They do exclude signatures, like, that's in the criteria.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
It's complicated.
So, here's the thing. The reason that they prioritize C0 over all else and don't make exceptions for characters like Mualani is because Pridwen, at the end of the day, usually makes tier lists for the people who actually need a guide. If you already know that C1 Mualani is a better investment than any of her teammates, then like and you're willing to go for that, which is a second factor, then clearly you are more invested in the meta and more invested into the game than the people who would actually need a tier list.
Okay, but counterpoint though. Why would you need a tier list as a guide? What does Mavrika being in the highest tier like tell you, or like Inefa's, like it doesn't tell you to like there's not these tier lists don't have the entire context. Well, you can't just pull Colombina, Odette, and Sidlali and Nefer. You still have to, like, it's a team-based game. Like, I don't think these structures make that much sense, which ties into the thing that Butterfer mentioned with that it's kind of not that smart that it has different columns and stuff. But yeah, I also think
I
that
find it very, very funny that Inefa is a tier above Flynn's.
You're that.
But, like,
Who made it like that?
The thing is just that with like when you make a tier list, you need to make the tier list for the majority of people, and I think that most people would not be willing to get C1 Mualani just because it's technically more efficient cost-wise.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter what people want to do. Like, what's good is what's good. Like,
Yeah, you should be giving the
like, that doesn't
correct
change.
advice,
Okay.
not the
Like,
thing that people
I mean,
want.
here's the thing
Like,
though. Pridwin has to put lines at some point. Like they have to put down their foot and say this is what we're ranking based on. If you start making that malleable for every single character, then you're gonna make it a lot messier than it already is.
yeah, I don't know. Like, personally, I think it would be better to, like, at least try. Like, they're already kind of doing it with, like, at least having C2 4-stars somewhere. But I think, like, it would be good to at least try to, like, balance it like that. Because, like, okay, telling people who, like, are somewhat interested in Mualani and, like, making Mualani work and implying that, like, you would even consider like the only way to play Mualani is to get her C1 and then C2. Like, it would make no sense. Like, I don't know. This is like saying, okay, what is the best? This is gonna be a really weird analogy. It's like,
Okay.
three people are playing tennis, okay, or like three people are playing tennis, okay, and then two of them get a tennis racket, and like the third one, or like yeah, and the third one gets a golf club for some reason. Like, Mualani gets the golf club, and she has to play tennis with people with tennis rackets. And the golf club, let's say it costs the same amount of money as a tennis racket. But, like, because of the way Mualani works, like, she just gets a golf club.
No, that's not...
You know what I mean?
No, okay, your analogy is flawed, I'd say. Everyone here is getting tennis rackets. It's just that two of them are... No, everyone's getting a tennis racket. It's just that it's two tennis players and a golf player. I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, sure. Something like that.
But, again, if you make that line malleable for Mualani, you have to make that line malleable for every character.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it for everyone.
But that's gonna become messy as hell.
I don't think it's messy because Noir
already does it.
Like, yeah, Noir has done it.
What I do?
Yeah. Noir has... Yeah, Noir has his own standard that specifically centers around cost optimization. Obviously, this would be like, I get what Thunder's trying to say. This would be harder to reflect into a tier list.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say it this way, right? I assume I don't watch Noir's content, but I assume that
How
Noir's
dare
tier
you?
list, I don't watch gacha content in general, but like I assume that Noir always puts tier lists into a video format, yes?
Yep.
In a video format, you can freely discuss all points of cost breakpoints, and you can freely describe the differences between each of them. When you are dealing with a website, you get illiterate people who take one glance, and then they're gonna get confused. Why is Mualani getting C1, but Flynn's isn't? Because they don't read.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get people like that with videos too. They just skip to the end and then type comments.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, okay, but they're yeah. Of course, okay, it's a problem everywhere. But in a video, you can it's a lot easier to fix that problem in a video than it is with a website.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to give
true.
give added context and clarification in the video. Yeah.
There is... they already do give context. Like, there's these tags that are kind of bad, but like the tags are there technically, so you could make some kind of tag for Mualani that she prefers vertical over limited supports, and then you can make, or like you can hover over her. That would already help so much. Then you don't even need to do it for every character. It would be worse than like doing it for every character. But like you can just make it so that there's a note here that says Mualani can be higher if you go for C1 instead of a premium support, or C2 instead of 2 premium supports. And then that's like, that's additional information that the tier list can give you by just...
I'm not even sure if the tier list gives a fuck about cost in general. Like, I'm not sure.
It currently doesn't, but that's what we are criticizing. That's like the...
Okay, but like, do most players even know what the fuck a cost is? I'd argue no. I'd argue this is a complaint that's literally only coming from the meta community.
But isn't this supposed to be a meta tier list? Like,
it's a meta tier list that non-meta people are going to look at, so the non-meta people need to understand it, and it needs to suit their needs.
Okay, I think we should just this is an interesting discussion, but yeah,
like devolve this thing to like, okay, we have a bunch of illiterate people that don't know what's good, and then so we just feed them slop that like they're able to like down pretty easily, and like within that framework just make it decent. Then I think yeah, that's fine. But if like the whole point of Pridwin is to just like generate revenue as a website, then like it's good. But I just don't think it makes much sense. Like if you are like what, like I just can't wrap my head around the idea of like making a meta tier list with all of its principles being fundamentally against meta.
It's not that its principles are against meta, it's that the goal is to suit the needs of people who are not aware of things like the cost system. It's meant to suit the needs of like this has always been a thing about Pridwin. It's always been there to suit the most basic of players.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Like that's been.
I guess
the case
it's
across
not
every
awful. Like no matter what, at least they don't have like. It's not like the Genshin.gg tier list where it's just like usage rate. Like this is better than usage rate by like Abyss usage rate.
Yeah.
By so much.
This is something that like we like because I work on Bua Pridwin. This is something we actually get flack for too, that we don't properly represent shit like QuickSwap. Yeah, because that's not the point of the tier list.
Oh, Thunder,
Tier list based on Spiral Abyss character usage rates. Oh my god.
Usage rate is such a funny metric.
I'm so
bad.
glad the era of people making meta videos off usage rates is dead. That was so cringe.
It was.
Oh,
But
Okay, you do not understand. Clearly, the best DPS in the game has to be Varka because he's new and people who got him want to use him.
Day, I will prove that Wanderer is a better character than Sucrose because he has a higher usage rate.
oh yeah, I remember people just dogged on Sucrose because she has like 0.1% usage rate, or like for a ton of abysses, and like, wow. Like Fosters also inherently have worse usage rates, which people didn't realize.
yeah.
Yep.
Like,
More people have
also. Oh, continue.
Huh?
Havaach, you
continue.
can continue.
What were you saying?
I just said because more people have them. I wasn't gonna add any.
Oh yeah. That's Butterfer?
Yeah, I was also gonna say, yeah, I don't think people realize, like, it doesn't, putting aside whether like usage rate as a metric is useful or not, the usage rate, quote unquote, the data we have, that is not representative of like the actual usage rates. Like the website that it gets all the usage rate, quote unquote, data from, it's all user submitted. Like it's the same batch of people every time.
It's
That's
not.
why
It's not
the
using
was so
like,
high.
Yeah, like it's not using Hoyoverse API.
Yeah. Like it's just
Isn't that like
user
a-
submitted data to one website.
A website that doesn't even represent like the Asian communities because it's like a global website. Like it's meant to be used by like English-speaking users.
Isn't there like a large group of C6 Risley maids that push solo Risley up the
Yeah,
right.
Solo Rising was one of the most popular teams. Like, how can you look at that and like decide that it's serious? And I do believe that was one of the reasons that like this usage rate thing kind of poisoned the whole Mualani Neuvillette thing. Like it's based on so many wrong just assumptions, so many wrong like the whole foundation was just wrong. Like it
True.
It's just Neuvillette is a popular character, so people push him.
no.
Actually, Nouvelette's the best character in the game.
Yeah, because he can solo, am I right?
Even though people were already soloing way before he came out with characters like Ganyu and Wanderer.
Yeah. Oh,
Call
but
him
quality of life. You can
Call him-
miss Melt on the weakest burst.
Columbine is actually the best character in the game because she's the strongest in lore.
True.
Wait, is she actually?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has the Tri-Lunar Authority. She's like as
She's
strong as the
fucking
four shades combined.
overpowered.
Like she's as strong as the four shades combined.
Oh shit.
Like she's stupid strong.
Wait, why don't they just send her to like murk them or something?
Because she's busy. Because she's she's busy being socially awkward.
Oh no. Poor Colombina.
Explore my moon, traveler. I require you to search for my 2 Primo gems. Collect my pages.
Okay,
yo.
I want to review all the polls that I did. I did like 50 polls because I want my chat to do something. Because I'm not reading chat
Ew,
anyway.
engagement.
So, yeah, wait, let me check all the poll results. I have to scoff because I don't know why, but the chat on YouTube is not working, so I have to use the pop-up. Anyway, so people want, first of all, people like Shnesnaya, 67%. Oh no, the number repeats.
6-7.
Most people, 82% of people like Odette's design, like kit design. 85% of people are happy with the character's power levels. I'm surprised because like I have a very angry Beidou main in my DMs that's like very mad about Beidou. Then should R1 be considered for the R1 Faruzan weapon for Vesna? 62% said yes, 38% said no. That's interesting. And should they buff? No, will they buff Vodyanitsa? 80% said yes. And then what part of Vodyanitsa should be buffed? 48% said both. 22% said freeze buffs only. 70% said Stellar Swirl buffs. And then that's interesting. More people want them to only buff freeze than to only buff Stellar Swirl. That's pretty funny. Many Skirk mains in chat.
Yeah, true.
Okay, that's enough then. I guess that compiles all the poll results. Anyway, so we are done with today's episode. If you like this episode, you can like the video, of course. Give me a subscribe if you want to subscribe. And yeah, thank you to all the guests. Thank you to chat. It was a very fun episode. And see you in the... also join Discord if you want to join a cool community. So yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.